Well, all right. Brian Zach with you here. I want to show you what's in my stick bag, and especially this stick bag that I've been enjoying using for the past few months here. This here is the stick silo made by Humes Berg. It's the Galaxy series Humes Berg has, and I absolutely love this stick bag. It's pretty large, as you can tell. It holds a lot of stuff. I'm going to get to the contents and I'm going to show you what's inside, but just for a minute I want to tell you why I like this stick bag so much. First of all, I love the handles on it, the top handle here where you can just carry it by the top. It also has this shoulder strap with kind of a neat like cell phone holder, or maybe just like, I don't know what else you'd put in there. Maybe your in-ear pack. I don't know if you'd do that or not, but I suppose you could just like throw a wallet in there, like a small wallet, or just yeah. So I don't really use this little pocket, but it's nice to have nonetheless, and it has this great little pocket here for putting your business card in there so that your name is on it somewhere, so that it doesn't get mixed up backstage or lost somehow. It's got these, so let's see here. It's got the main zipper, which is right here, which I'll show you in a second, but then on the top here there's a zipper here that has a pocket, and I'll open that up first and I'll just show you. I've got all kinds of things stored in there. A pair of pliers, I've got some moon gel, I've got a little wrench, I've got drum keys galore, and little felts and things. These are the sim pads. I keep one of these in there. This is a bass drum hoop protector, and I love this one because it's so thick. And so sometimes you're playing a house kit and maybe the hoop isn't very thick, and I sometimes struggle to clamp a pedal down on certain thinner style bass drum hoops. So this comes in really handy because I just put it on there and then put the pedal on over it, and it clamps right down on it. So I love this little guy, and it stays with me in this stick bag all the time. Let's see here. I've got a multi-tool, one of these jobbers, so screwdriver and all kinds of different things in here, Allen wrenches, etc. I don't know if I can hold all this and show you. Here's another drum key. There's another drum key with an Allen wrench style on the other side, and let's see here. Extra hi-hat clutch, always could use those, and I think that's basically it. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the main pocket here. I'm gonna unzip it and open it up, and so as you see here, I'm just gonna hold it up so you can see it on the camera angle here. So it's like a flip top. It opens up this way, and the first thing that you see is my Prologix drum pad, which I keep this little drum pad in the stick bag. It's so convenient. I love it. That way, I used to have to carry this in my backpack all the time, and it's small, but it weighs probably a few pounds. So it's nice not having to have that in my backpack all the time. In the lid here, there's another pocket, and I'll just show you what's in there. So I keep one of these, I don't know what you call it, cymbal rattlers, I guess, in there in case I want to simulate a cymbal with rivets. I also keep these Aquarian Duradots in the little pocket. So there's a smaller one for dampening, or I don't use these for dampening so much. These I keep in my stick bag for emergencies in case I were to go through the bass drum head and didn't have a replacement. Like let's say I'm on a house kit somewhere at a club. I'm not going to bring an extra bass drum head with me. When I play my own kit, I do bring an extra bass drum head with me. But in a pinch, if I had to, I could slap one of those Duradots made by Aquarian onto the hole in the bass drum, and I think it would hold. I think so anyway, depending how bad the hole was, but probably more cases than not. Okay, let's get into the meat of this stick bag. Okay, so first thing is I've got these, well, it's a little tied up here. Well, I guess first thing is I've got these little goat hooves, and I use these all the time I put them either on the snare drum or on my hi-hat, or sometimes on a cymbal and hang them, or sometimes I just hang them somewhere around the kit and I'm just as a sound effect. Okay, so that's that. I've got these, I hardly ever use these, but they're in here just in case. These are actually made by a different company that I don't endorse, but these are called dreadlocks, and they're pretty cool. I've experimented with them. They're kind of fun to mess around with, playing like drum and bass grooves and stuff, and just a different texture with these wire style brushes. They're pretty heavy gauge, and then there's like this little loop at the end. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, they're in there. And then I keep a spare pair of brushes. So let me put these back. So this is my spare pair of brushes, because sometimes if you're playing brushes, they can explode on you. They can fall apart on you. So I always keep a spare pair of brushes in my bag with me. So this is my spare pair. I play the Innovative Percussion WBR2, so it's a little bit heavier gauge wire than standard wire brushes, but I like these retractable brushes, and they feel good in my hands. Let's see, what else do we got in here? We have these lovely mallets, and these are actually like rattler mallets. So it's like a yarn mallet that's almost like a vibraphone mallet or something like that. But these are really unique. It's hard to find these. These are made by the Mike Balter company. It's called the Rattle Mallet. Emil Richards. If Innovative Percussion made one of these, I would use them, but I don't know of any other company that makes these. In fact, I don't even know if Mike Balter company makes these anymore. So it's kind of like a rattan handle and this mallet, and so they're kind of fun to mess around with, like on the toms and cymbals too, but it gives you kind of like a tribal sound where you get this sort of like doo, 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 but you have this like articulation happening with the mallet. And then you can obviously use it as kind of a quasi shaker as well. So they're kind of fun to just keep in there, and once in a while I'll pull it out and make a rattling sound with it, and it always turns heads, and it's a lot of fun. I've got these mallets here. These are the Innovative Percussion GT3s. So these are just your standard felt mallets for playing cymbal rolls or playing mallets around the kit where you don't want that shaker sound. Let's see here. I've also got these guys. These are the these are also Innovative Percussion. These are the Bundles Bamboo. And I think there's a light I'm not sure. They come in different weights. Yeah, these are the light. Bundles Light. So there's a thinner version of the IP bundles. And if you know, I'm not a huge fan of that ticky-tacky sound around the drums, but once in a while, somebody asks for it, you're on a session or you're playing a train beat and they just kind of want that sound. Maybe you're playing like a bossa nova. They just, it's just another tool, right? And so I don't voluntarily play these, but when I'm asked to, I will play these. So I have this old pair in there, and they're great for getting that sound. Put them back here. Let's see what else that's interesting. I got these are my normal pair of brushes, and these are actually, I was trying these out for the first time. These are my Jeff Hamilton signature brushes. So these are a little bit different. I think the gauge, I'm not sure about the gauge of the wire, probably similar to the WBR2s, but these have a little bit of I want to say they have a little bit of a longer handle on them, which I like because I tend to like the longer stick. I tend to like, drumsticks that are a little bit longer than your standard, like 5A. I'll show you. This is mine. Let's see here. That's not it. Here we go. So this is like a pair of sticks that I'm playing right now, and these are the Innovative Percussion 5A longs is what they call it. They're Legacy Series 5A longs. So wood tip, hickory, and they're 5A standard, but a little bit longer, about a tip length longer. And I love these sticks. They feel great in my hands, and they provide me with as much power as I need playing the gigs and sessions that I do, and they feel just great in my hands. They have a beautiful rebound. They are so consistent. The IP drumsticks from stick to stick to pair, they are insanely consistent. So check these out. Check out Innovative Percussion, based right here in Nashville. Let's see. I have these guys. These are also Innovative Percussion. These are called Fat Brooms with a Z. And these are I think these are the heavier style, like the thicker gauge brooms. They make a smaller version, which I think I have over here in my other stick silo that I keep at the studio. So, but these are the thicker ones that I use for live playing, and it's great because they have these little rubber bands, and so you can adjust like how much articulation or how much spread you want from these brooms. Okay, so I usually keep them pretty low because I still want that articulation to be able to play fast, like a 5-stroke roll or something, or like a single stroke roll, so they're not like too, lagging behind. And they sound great on the toms. I mean, when you play these with toms, you're just doosh. I mean, it's just huge, like Fire and Rain style, James Taylor tom-toms. So yeah, these are great, these brooms. Like, once again, Innovative Percussion. What else do I have in here? So for my jazz playing, I tend to prefer these guys. So I keep a pair of these with me in my stick bag. These are the Innovative Percussion JG1 Groovesicle James Gadson signature drumstick. So these also have that this length that's just a little bit longer than your standard drumstick 5A, if you're using that as a measuring stick, literally and not. But these are a little thinner, I want to say, in diameter, and a little bit, the tip is shaped a little bit differently, and the taper is a little bit different on these. So there's a little bit more articulation you get from a cymbal that maybe you might be using on a jazz gig. So let's say a darker, thinner cymbal. This stick gives me a little bit more articulation, and it's a little easier to play, a little easier to not wash out a cymbal of that nature. So I love these groovesicles, the James Gadsden signature JG1s, and I definitely want to get some more of these. So I'm definitely going to hit IP up for another supply of these. And let's see, there's more. If I dig deep, I keep a shaker in here. All right. So this is a Toka, kind of a, I don't know if it's metal or some kind of, looks like metal or aluminum or something like that. And it's just got a nice, beautiful sounding shaker. There's more. I know there is. I just need to find it. I know he's in here. Here it is. Found it. So this is an LP jingle stick. And I used to have two of them, but I don't know what happened to the other one. Either I left it somewhere or somebody stole it, or I don't know, borrowed it and never gave it back. I have no idea. But I love this because it's like playing a tambourine, right? But as you can see, it's pretty chewed up here, especially on one side. Well, both sides are pretty chewed up actually. And that's because I play the drums with these, or else I sometimes hit the rims with these. So I use it as a stick. It is called the jingle stick after all. Sometimes I'll play the ride cymbal with it. You just have to remember that you're getting a sound on the upstroke as well as the downstroke. So you have to shake it in time. But yeah, this is really handy. And so, you know what? These sound great for doing like tambourine overdubs too. Sometimes if you're in a pinch and you just, gosh, I don't have a tambourine handy. We're doing this Motown song. What are we going to do? I always have this in my stick bag. It's fantastic just to be able to throw in your stick bag and just have it ready at any given moment. And I think that's it. That's what I'm carrying with me to the gig, on a local gig at least, or like a touring gig. This is the stick bag that I bring with me, the Stick Silo by Humes Berg, Galaxy series. And I love it, like I said, it stands on its own, and like I don't have to hang anything off the floor tom or like lean it against anything. Like I don't have to lean it against the floor tom. It doesn't fall over. I can put my cell phone in, like when I open the lid like that, and it sits next to me near my floor tom, and I can put my cell phone in here, and my keys or whatever. If it were a little bit bigger, you could make it into a small apartment. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that's it. That's the video. There's my stick bag. You should go out and get one of these yourself, because I really like it, and I'm enjoying this stick bag. So yeah, that's it for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. brianzach.com for drum lessons and sessions, and patreon.com/brianzach for all your drumming video content. That's it for now. I'm going to sign off. Thanks for tuning in, and see you on the next video.